Welcome back. We are here, Aphelion Everlasting, our little Starfinder campaign. Quick recap, just from the last session. You guys had, look at my notes here, returned to Absalom Station, starting there. You had split off into two groups looking for work, and also, in some cases, going to the Starfinder Society to get a little bit back more information about the ship that you were on previously. You found yourselves at the beginning on a ship of unknown origin. No idea how you got there. Two of you, Soren and Zidix, you went to the Starfinder Society in the Lorespire complex. There you had been directed to a Thade Kosin, a mid-level explorer of the Starfinder Society who, upon asking about the people that rescued you, Jason Thorin, as they had given their names, there was no record of such members within the Starfinder Society, which definitely raised some interesting questions. You also provided him with information about the captain, or the bloody remains of his ID card. From there, you had traveled to get better equipped. Down within the Spike, your other two party companions, Tet and Skada, were looking for some morally ambiguous work, possibly trying to find out more information on their end. You had gone to a bar called the Drift's End. There you had put on a distraction, we'll say, keeping the bar attention focused mostly on you, as Skada had seemingly drummed up a dialogue with the bartender, and a connection was formed, and he was able to, from the sounds of it, get a possible line on some work. You guys reconvened in the Spike, all four of you, and going to the appropriate meeting location. You had met a rather off-putting Vesk by the name of Sobak Faresh Mathel Amandi, very adamant that you called him by his full name. Well, that Skada did. Three of you were on, Overwatch duty. Unfortunately, two of you were seen. Soren, you had the benefit of a admittedly, fetching Lashunta lady, kind of taking up position across from the alleyway. On the opposite side of the street, your faithful companion Tet had the unfortunate attention of no less than three people. And the Kasathas that was starting to take him away was abruptly stopped when Skada successfully navigated the diplomatic route of negotiation, and it was found out that the work that he needed to do, or at least the job that was being made available, was to take care of a gang within Pipetown that was encroaching on a company's interests. Didn't get much more information besides that. Got a location. There wasn't exactly a time frame on there, so you're not really sure. But we're going to be picking up right after you guys part company with the admittedly much larger and fairly intimidating group of individuals that all seem to be working together on both sides of the street. And we'll be picking it up right as you guys kind of are getting together. Skada, seemingly kind of mulling over the information, has decided that he's going to go ahead and head back to Drift's End, see if he can maybe ply the bartender, whose name was Threshk, for more information.
It's probably a good thing that he's going on his own, because
I thought that the bartender's name was Thresh.
Thresh,
And,
sorry.
yeah,
the
and
gang's name was
Yep,
was
that's
Threshk.
Yeah.
The bartender's name is Thresh. An unfortunate namesake, or near to it.
Yeah. Interesting. I don't know his name, though. But it's probably a good thing that you guys don't show your face around him due to the fact that you guys already have the attention of that gang. So if you guys are, like, they're looking for people who are in cahoots with him because he basically said he didn't know you. Mm-hmm. So I would say we kind of let him do his own thing for right now.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds like the best plan.
And I was gonna ask Ted something too.
He's definitely better at doing that R&D solo lone wolf kind of a thing. That's his purview. And
Yeah, you have him on your comms, or you have him on your locator.
I mean, if we need to get a hold of him, we can, but I trust him to take care of himself, and there's certain contingency plans that you don't need to be made aware of just yet, but there are things in motion. So
Good. I was gonna ask you too. You still have that black box from the ship?
maybe.
I think we need to bring that to the Starfinder Society.
Well, I think maybe we can do that later on. Yeah, later on we can do that. First, I think that's definitely a down the road, later on kind of a thing that we can accomplish when it's later and not now. Yeah.
You want to do that later?
We should probably do it now.
That seems like something now. He already has information on the captain that was there. Any more information would probably help them get this going, and we can actually know why we're on that ship.
Oh man,
That is what I want to know for sure.
I'm not much one for being out in the field like this, but you guys are obviously kind of new at this whole wheeling and dealing with sensitive information and technologies kind of a thing. We got to find out what's on this black box before we hand it over to anybody, because what if there's sensitive information that we need to be privy to, that anybody else could hold over us,
What do we
use
need
against
then
us?
to look at the black box?
Time. Just like I said, it's a later sort of thing. You give me enough time with this black box, I'll tell you everything that's on it.
How much time do you need?
Oh wait, that was not rhetorical. Maybe an hour just to thoroughly look this thing over. I might need a little more space or tools than what I have available here in the streets, but
You know this place, right?
Oh yeah.
Is there any place that he can do this with tools? Like, do you have any ideas?
I mean, just point me at a shop. Any place that might be equipped for
Yeah, there was
engineering or
a
mechanic work.
good old hot rod shop that I used to go to all the time back in the day. Kind of in my old neighborhood. Let's head on over there.
Might do.
That's the best chance we got, really.
Sure.
It's in one of the residential districts. So.
But we're still on the spike, right?
Yes, you
So
guys
we
are.
have to make our way up.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
And
That's
there's several transit routes. Your most common of which is, of course, the just elevators that are running vertically. The grav lifts that ascend pretty much the entire length of the Absalom station. And if you recall, Soren, you do live not underneath the hab bubble, like the inner portion. That's where the kind of the more richer portion of the population is there. But you are on one of the near two towers. So the Green Shore complex, the one that you were from originally, kind of your stomping grounds, we'll say. It's a little bit of a grav lift to like a closest kind of like transportation point. It's kind of on foot from there, but it's not too hard to find.
Gotcha. Cool. Well, here we are, Tet.
This is a place.
Any kind of tools you might want to need.
Is it open, or like what time is it right now? Like,
About a
Actually-
quarter past the freckle.
It's as far as Absalom Station, a lot of the kind of time. It's hard to tell because you obviously don't have like in a majority of the station a sun overhead. Best guess it's like late afternoon. Kind of checking your local time. Good chance it's probably not open yet, or like it had closed a couple hours ago. So you guys still have some time to kill, like a overnight kind of thing, or, best guess you're probably looking at. It's been a while since you've been there, but 6 hours.
Okay.
What else do you need, Ted?
Well, if this place isn't open, I could get in there and do what I need to do.
rather not rob people, lad.
I'm not robbing anybody. I'm just using their things while they're not here.
Oh,
So what's the signage say on this place?
It is most definitely closed, just due to the fact that it is pitch black. The store frontage, it looks like a mall kiosk kind of thing. Really, where he brought you the Green Shore complex. It's kind of juxtaposed to some of the smaller commercial opportunities, and the shop is kind of like smack dab in between the two. Definitely seems like a mom and pop kind of situation. The storefront is Sonay's Electronics.
Sonay's.
Sonay's.
Well,
Do they have a phone number or contact information?
Looking up, no, actually, it's not.
Would there be any place
A
that
chain
like
or anything.
24-hour maybe would be open, or like would there be like a junk area or a garbage area in the
Well, I guess
station?
for clarification, what is it that you're looking for? Are you looking for a place that is open, like an electronics place, or are you looking for some place that has just parts? Like, what is it that you are trying to look for?
I'm just assuming that I need more than what I have on hand. So.
Well, I mean, I guess you haven't really checked the black box.
Well, then I'll just whip it out right here in front of the store and get cracking at it.
Let's find somewhere more secretive than
I was gonna say there's not a lot of people. It's later in the afternoon.
Well, no,
Afternoon,
like,
quotation marks,
and
but-
I'm just like, we see that it's closed, and then I just start taking it out of my pouch and plugging into it right there and getting to
grabbing them
business,
all
like
up.
not paying
No, no, no,
attention
no, no,
to
no, no.
where we are, just what needs to happen.
Okay, if I see a Yosoki just whip out a black box in the middle of the street, I'm kind of cautious.
Wait,
We
what are you
don't-
saying?
Can we just go?
it's conspicuous.
Is that a racist thing around here?
No, I just know that it seems mischievous.
I'm not too good at reading bugs, but the look you're giving me makes me a little bit uncomfortable. You look hungry.
These
Are
people
you
are giving
hungry?
us uncomfortable looks.
There are one or two people, a human,
Well, no,
a
making a big
Lashunta.
scene
How
about
that's
big?
kind of
How
like-
big is the black box?
The black box, it's probably about 6 inches cubed. So it's a decent size. It's not something that you can kind of like just, especially given your size. Yeah, I mean, especially for Yosoki hands, it's pretty noticeable. Like there's obviously something in your hands, or if you tried to perhaps store it somewhere, it would definitely be noticeable.
Like an and Jesus, and Ed and Eddie Jawbreaker.
Yeah,
Taking
exactly. Like literally like the size of your head.
My head is orbiting it.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Let's just find
But-
a place where we can open this in private.
All right, fair enough.
Go on around the back side of the building.
Yeah, is there like an alleyway we can duck into, some shady little area
Perception check.
with
Looking for just some place that might be away from prying eyes.
with ambient steam to set the mood, like in Rogue One or something? Just like, yeah.
16.
Perception check? Ooh, wow.
16.
16? Okay.
22.
22.
I rolled a natural 19.
And what did you get, Tyler?
I'm looking here just a second. Oh, there it is. 23, 22.
Okay.
21.
22.
So you guys, just kind of like surveying the immediate area. There does seem to be like a loading dock area. You kind of like give the place a quick look around. Seems to be away from prying eyes.
Good enough.
That's for sure.
It's
So-
a setting.
It is a setting.
Can work with that.
It is like a quintessential kind of out of the way, slight hiss of steam. The flickering, luminescent hologram advertising a good time. Just kind of like, bzz, 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 and then you guys just kind of.
It's trying to
Dip
communicate.
in.
We step off the street and
So you
just
just
recede a little bit.
you got the hovercrafts going overhead. Just the
Like
kind
a
of like
siren somewhere.
you hear off in the distance as like the nightlife is starting to get going.
Future.
Future. All right.
Space.
Are you guys trying to be stealthy as you're sliding into this alley?
I mean,
It's not going to work.
we're trying to
for
be
me.
off the beaten path, but not like we're not trying to like
Right, but I mean, are you trying to make it? I mean, you guys are
Nonchalant.
three very visually different individuals sliding
with
into
that?
the same alley.
What's wrong with
No,
that?
I'll be on the.
It's not a
got
very. I mean, there's not a lot of
little ball of
traffic,
light,
so
around my
I'm just
shoulder.
saying
Yeah,
for
can't
the
you
sake
make that
of
like the
you know
dark
just giving you guys a little bit of a setting information.
Nope, I gotta be in combat to switch attunement.
And just for your record, because I like looked this up again and I made sure that I was right. You do have the choice of whether it actually is putting off light or not.
Oh.
So like it'll still be hovering there, but it'll be just kind of like an inert sphere.
Okay. Yeah, I'll shut the light off.
Yeah, I assumed. Yeah.
It just pulls a little invisibility cloak over itself. Just
No, you have
hides
those
out until it's ready, and then
old school chains that you pull down.
So, like I said, there's not a lot of foot traffic here. So, I mean, just by sheer number of people and, kind of the way that you guys are, like, looking around in the surrounding area, just as a suggestion, you it's up to you. I'm just saying.
fine.
Oh,
Just
just
take the DM's recommendation. God.
it's up to you. You don't have to. You can just tromp in there, black box, straight ahead of you.
20, non-natural.
Okay?
9.
23.
I think I take a -1
Stealth,
because
right?
of my
Yeah.
armor.
23.
So in a kind of nearby pipe, just hiss, Zidix just vanishes. You look to your right. You're like, where did he go? You're not really sure. And then all of a sudden another Hisoki's gone.
The little
You're like-
skittering of little feet.
Yeah, you barely hear like a, but it's
As
like
you look
it's like
around like a can,
non-directional.
or
You're
a
just
little
like
piece of paper gets rustled.
you're like looking around, Soren, and you're just like, and then you feel a tiny little like hand just kind of grab you by the back of your belt and just yank you in. So you're just like, whoop. No steam for you, unfortunately.
I'm not the sneakiest.
But you guys do all vanish from sight.